Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cruiser Rex, your cruise prescription, and this is Cruise News, and we've got some big stories for you. Let's start with the biggest. Imagine you spent $115,000 for a 3-year cruise ticket. You sold your house, you sold all your possessions, you fly to Turkey to begin the voyage, and then they tell you that the cruise was canceled. Will that happen? There's a woman who's been banned for life because she brought gummies onto a Carnival cruise ship. Norwegian Cruise Lines has canceled almost all of their 2025 cruises aboard the Norwegian Sun, so we'll dig into that. And finally, Celebrity launches the new Ascent out of Fort Lauderdale. As we speak, it's on its first voyage, so we'll cover that as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. First up, a 3-year cruise of a lifetime. So you spent $115,000 to board the Ada Aura, purchased or was going to be purchased by Life at Sea Cruises. The cruise was originally set to begin on November 1st out of Istanbul, Turkey. The only problem that Life at Sea Cruises ran into was that the ship was purchased by Celestial Cruises instead. So they delayed the cruise until November 17th. They told their passengers it's not going to depart on the 1st out of Istanbul. It's going to depart on the 17th out of Amsterdam. Then they changed it to the 30th, and then they canceled the cruise altogether because they had no ship. And many of these people had already paid the $115,000 for the cruise, sold their houses, sold all their personal possessions. This story is still developing, so we're still digging into it. As we get more information, we will absolutely report right back here with those details. And a big shout out to Danielle for tipping us off on that last story about the cruise cancellation. Also, please be sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you know every time that we post a video, and add your comments below. If you were one of the people on that cruise that got canceled, would love to hear from you, or if you know somebody. So please be sure to share any of your comments about any of the stories below. So next up is the Carnival cruise passenger who brought CBD Gummies on board the ship and was banned for life from Carnival Cruise Lines. Her name was Erin Vanderheisen, and she said that she used the gummies to help her sleep. Now, they were found in her possession. The gummies apparently were weighed. The captain came down and told her that based on the weight of the gummies, she wouldn't be able to board the ship. And then she was later notified by Carnival Cruise Lines that she was banned for life. So they had no THC in them. So I'm not quite sure what the issue was. But bottom line, a couple things. Something may be legal here, but it's not legal over there. Carnival owns the ship. They have a right to say what you cannot bring on board. Certainly gummies is something that you might want to check against their list of prohibited items. So I don't know if I can really blame Carnival for this one. I don't think the gummies themselves were that big a deal, but you need to check what the cruise lines say you can and cannot bring on board. For example, most cruise lines say you can bring on board 1 bottle of wine. If you bring on more, they're going to take them from you. So, lesson learned. I hope everything works out well for her going forward. Erin, if you're watching this, there's more than just Carnival Cruise Line, so you can keep enjoying cruising, but be sure to double check the cruise lines list before you bring those gummies on another ship. Next up is Norwegian Cruise Lines and the cancellations aboard the Norwegian Sun, which is one of their older ships. The Norwegian Sun holds 1,976 guests. She is 78,309 tons, and the cruises affected are from late March 2025 until November. It's about 22 cruises that have been affected. Now, full refunds are being processed, and those passengers are also going to get a 10% discount on a future cruise. So far, no real excuse has been given other than fleet redeployment. So whatever that means, they decided that I guess the sun, instead of being here, is going to be there, and then that ship will be over here. any kind of cross contamination as far as ship location. So that's all we have from Norwegian at this point. Like I said before, any more information that we get, we will come back here and update you on that. Next up is Celebrity Cruise Lines and the Celebrity Ascent, making its first voyage out of Fort Lauderdale. Many of my fellow YouTubers, cruise YouTubers, are on that ship, which I am very happy for them. I hope they have a wonderful time, and it does not bother me at all that they're on that ship and that I'm in here, doing videos. So, again, have fun, great time, have a good time. But the Celebrity Ascent is the fourth ship in the Edge class. She can hold 3,260 guests. And right now, it's on a 4-night cruise to the Western Caribbean. The actual maiden voyage is going to be on December 4th. And unique to this ship are a couple things. First of all, the ship has two captains who happen to be brothers, one of whom I had as my captain on an Alaska cruise on the Solstice. So those guys are very funny. But the other unique thing is that Captain Sandy Yawn from the TV show Below Deck and her sister are co-godmothers of the Celebrity Ascent. So really two unique things with this ship. The final Edge class ship is still under construction and will be released in 2025. And that is it for this edition of Cruise News. Again, please be sure to add your comments, questions below. We'd love to hear from you, and we would love to know any other news stories maybe that you're aware of that we are not, and then we'll do a quick story on and give you a shout out. So we will see you in the next video.